To be a driver, you must be 18, you have to pass a background check, and you must own your own vehicle. And after that, you're good to go. Hundreds are gathered in front of the south steps of the state capitol to show support of the Black Lives Matter rally. Displaying signs like this and banners behind me are showing support for the cause. Take a look behind me. The crowds are packed here at the Driscoll Hotel for the Travis County Democratic Watch Party. Customers are raving about the Mexican food at this restaurant, but inspectors are ranting about the cockroaches in the kitchen. Nuevos apartamentos para estudiantes podrían ser construidos aquí, pero solo si la ciudad lo aprueba este lunes. It's all quiet now behind me, but a couple of hours ago, SWAT crews were here where a man barricaded himself inside an apartment and refused to get out. Boston compares the population impact to that of a cup and many straws. The more straws you fork into the drinking cup, the less water there is for everyone to drink.
And he goes, my dignity doesn't fit in those shoes.
My dignity. Let's see.
80-year-old Angelo Gazzi moved to Austin 7 months ago. The native of Italy relies on a volunteer to get him around town.
I get too nervous in the car, so I just don't do it. So when I go somewhere, there's going to be somebody that got to drive me there. It's much easier.
For Ghazi, that driver is Connie Bain. She's a volunteer for Drive a Senior and spends her afternoon making sure he gets his doctor's appointment.
I get to help other people that may just need a little bit of help. Even if it's just one drive to the doctor's appointments. If that's what helps them and I can do it, that's great.
But the nonprofit, which provides free rides to seniors around the community, is being impacted by the growing population.
We're having kind of a tsunami right now of seniors that are moving in.
Census numbers show that Austin has seen a 110% spike in the number of seniors over the last decade. That number is only projected to grow.
The growth is all over in every part of Austin, and our biggest struggle is to get new volunteers.
To be a driver, you must be 18, you have to pass a background check, and you must own your own vehicle. And after that, you're good to go. For some volunteers, what matters most goes beyond the ride.
It's time to give back to them and let them kind of relax and know that they're taken care of also because they have taken care of all of us.
Marievel Santiago, Texas News Watch. While we can't immediately predict what Mother Nature throws our way, some groups on campus are learning how to prepare for the worst possible scenarios. A tornado struck a crowded football stadium. For those in pain, it's now a matter of life or death. The scene catastrophic, but some students are there to save the day.
This was started as a response to obviously needing more simulation of this because we are in Central Texas and we do have, unfortunately, a lot of disasters.
The students in nursing are working together as a team with students from the School of Social Work for this mock disaster inside the Frank Irwin Center.
My favorite part is that we each get to play different roles. So we are victims, and then sometimes we're a triage leader. That's what I was today.
Wrapping up bloody wounds and keeping friends calm, the nursing students care for the wounded. Students studying social work provide the psychological first aid for panicked bystanders at the scene.
Just getting in where I fit in and just helping wherever I could, whether it was picking someone up, holding a baby, asking questions, whatever the case may be, I found very fulfilling and rewarding.
The natural mock disasters happen twice a year, so every graduating student has an opportunity to get their practice in. The heart of the Lone Star State is becoming home to more and more people every day. For one UT study, this rapid growth identifies threats for natural resources in the Hill Country. At the root of all resources, the study highlights water at the highest risk from growth.
If we are to grow the way that we're projected to grow, which is to roughly double in population in the next 35 years, then that's twice as many people that are essentially putting straws in for our drinking sources.
Boston compares the population impact to that of a cup and many straws. The more straws you fork into the drinking cup, the less water there is for everyone to drink.
As the city and the metropolitan area grows, the really important environmental and cultural resources around the city face increasing pressure.
Steiner led the research, which seeks strategies to preserve the land while maintaining developments. Program manager of the Hill Country Alliance, Cliff Kaplan, says that water and other natural resources are not the only things that would be impacted by overdevelopment.
As we put in more and more housing on each hill in the Hill Country, we are destroying what makes it so attractive, that makes people want to live there in the first place.
Those involved in the study hope to raise awareness and start conversation about alternatives for growth in the Hill Country. Marievel Santiago, Texas News Watch. The Travis County Clerk has released how many people have gone to the polls. In just 3 days, around 120,000 Travis County voters went to vote. That's more than half the total numbers of early voters from the 2012 election, and we're well on the way to eclipsing the total from 2008. And we've gotten word within the last few minutes that police in Austin right now are investigating a child's death inside a car. The circumstances of that case are still unclear. Temperatures may not be dropping quickly here in Texas, but in other regions of the country, people are bracing for a harsh winter. And I was just starting to bring out my sweater collection. Texas just can't make up its mind, can it? Join us again next Thursday for another edition of Texas News Watch. Good night.